honestly, I really don't mind this whole plot. They're going with the man spider. I don't know if you guys remember the
Animated show.
the cartoon.
But he gets like 4 arms.
Yeah.
And they do that live action
That's stupid, bro.
Yeah.
We haven't really had a good Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, and now you're throwing like just a whole bunch of shit.
Okay.
It couldn't be good shit, though.
Okay, then,
Well, but I hope he doesn't
tell
turn
me.
into a fucking man spider,
Like,
bro.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Brother Complex podcast. Another Friday with us for brothers. So today is a review episode, but we're not actually reviewing any anime. We're just going to be reviewing future projects. So we're going to be talking about trailers and like what we think about the project, because the projects aren't out yet. So we're just going to be thinking about if they're fucking ruined already or if they're not. But yeah, so we're going to start off with Dying, and we're going to go into Brother's Verdict, which is a fan segment. We get stuff from like TikTok or from you guys, and then we finish off with a game that we'll explain when we get there. So before we actually start the episode, just if you could go down below and subscribe. We have like TikTok and stuff like that. If you could check it out, the links are down below. Just go do what you normally do when you're on YouTube. So yeah, without further ado, let's start with the review. So I guess I can start. Let's start with Lanterns. Since we can go DC first and then Marvel, we can leave the Spider-Man one for the end. Everyone's watched the Lantern trailer, I presume. By now, it's nothing new. Does anyone have any cons?
Yes.
Shit show.
Yeah, looks boring.
Our predicted scores
now I
for
wanna do that.
Lanterns are.
I think it's gonna be like a 3, man.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a 3 or 2 based on the trailer.
I think it has 7.
Oh my god.
You don't know
7.
Green
Yeah, but like
Lanterns.
you're saying that based on what?
What's your?
Well, I
say-
think it'll be below 5. I think.
yeah,
It's
I
gonna
think
be low.
overall, overall, it's gonna be
I've
five.
On
heard
the trailer, you didn't see.
green.
No, you didn't see any Green Lantern
Like,
shit. The
go
guy
on.
took off flying like he's Superman, bro.
Well, to be fair, they
That is a
don't.
criticism.
Yeah, but it's not. I saw people argue about that. It's like, oh, technically in the comics they don't always have green around them. It's not about that. It's just it looks cool if a Green Lantern has a
Also-
green aura.
No, yeah, but like in Superman,
Yeah,
Guy
and
Gardner
it looked,
didn't
and I
have
didn't
a
like
green.
it either.
But,
Yeah.
but they don't in the planet. Well,
They
that's
do.
the thing.
No. The green aura is usually to protect him. I know it's to protect him in space, but even in the planet, they usually have a green aura around them. I know in some comics they don't.
It's not that in some comics they do when they're fighting because the aura is just for protection.
Okay. In the film, we've seen Guy Gardner use the
No.
ring, and he does not have a green aura.
I know.
No, but
So
it's,
yeah,
it's
no,
a-
so
it's-
they're not gonna do that in
No,
Lantern.
because he wasn't like struggling in the fight against the kaiju. Like the
No,
aura
the
is
gr-
for
every time-
protection.
yeah, no, but every time the Green
the aura
Lantern-
isn't like a shield. The aura, yes, in terms of in space, it protects them so they can actually fly in space. But the aura is just because they're imbued with the Green Lantern energy. Their suit is green, so they have a lot of green energy around them. Like that's a lot of why they also have the green energy around them.
I understand it, but I don't think we should fault it. No, listen, the lack of green and the green energy is prevalent throughout the trailer, and I fully 100% agree with that. But just to tackle that specific point, it's like that's not really like
It's
for
not
them
a major con.
for them to fly. They don't need the.
They don't-
It's not they don't need
But it
to,
looks
but it's a
fucking
Green
cool,
Lantern.
bro.
It
I
looks-
know. Yeah, I would be cool to see it.
I
yes.
don't want to like. He shouldn't be flying just like Superman does.
Yeah, 'cause
like,
he
just
literally
levitating.
But that's how Green Lanterns fly.
No, in the terms of if all the Green Lantern comics I've ever read, they like you see a lot of depending on what color they are, you see this aura around them of that color.
But I think
it's
that's
not when they're just in space, also when they're on Earth.
But it's only when they're fighting, when they're just flying around.
No, it's whenever they have the rings.
I mean,
whenever they're using the ring.
again, I don't know Green Lantern comics, so it's only from the people talking about it. They've read Green
Trust me,
Lantern
I know
comics.
ball.
Okay, if
I
you
know
know
ball,
ball,
bro.
then you know
And-
ball. But
Like if they're not using the ring and they just have the suit, yeah.
but then they can't fly. If they don't have the ring.
No, if this guy did, they ignore me. If they just have the ring, but they're not actually using their powers, like if they just have the suit, then yeah, they don't have like they're not shining. But as soon as they start activating the ring, they started getting imbued with this energy.
It's
Based
just,
on-
it's just, I don't know why they made that decision. And then also the whole trailer, it just seemed more like, you're getting old, it's my job. No, I'm still good enough. Like kind of like thing where you didn't see any powers being like used or demonstrated to almost like get you excited to see it.
yeah, you didn't really see them use
Literally, the trailer was literally just, I'm training you, you're getting too old, and I still got
And
this.
it's gonna
It was
be like a detective, kind of like
Yeah.
the first season of Daredevil was with the gangs. I feel like it's gonna be something like that, which doesn't make sense because a Green Lantern would not struggle with that. I think this is what I think. So yeah, there's no fucking green, and seeing the producers saying it's Green Lanterns because it's just Lanterns because the green is stupid, then you should not
Why
have
they
a
said
fucking
that?
project. Because the whole thing about Green Lanterns is that green represents will.
Wait, they said they're gonna call the show
It's
Lanterns
just
because.
because they thought green was stupid.
Oh my god.
So it's like, and
brutal.
then
Do me a
it
favor,
leads-
mate,
it
send me your
leads
missus
to-
as well,
You
take care of
have
her.
brown.
You give her some green.
You have
I'll give her a big
You
green.
have brown suits, fucking caca lanterns.
Anyway.
Every Green Lantern iteration, the suit comes from the ring. Now it's not that. Even the Green Lantern batteries look more emerald than
Also,
fucking.
Question, no, before you just say the question. To the people making the fucking film. Let's
show,
say
yeah.
oh to the show, sorry. Let's say it's a banger. It fucking hits. And you wanna implement other lanterns, like the yellows, which are the main like villains normally, or the reds. How the fuck are you gonna do it if you're using colors?
Well, they're still gonna use. I think like to an extent they still use it.
Yeah, they're still going to use it to an extent, but it's
What,
like
so the pew pew that they throw is green
Yeah,
or red?
yeah.
Listen, I actually just talk because we talked about the whole energy thing around the fight. Like a beautiful way they could do it. It's a lot like Marvel's done with Captain Marvel. When she was flying, she has like the whole fucking ionic energy around her, and when she's using her powers, and her eyes are going bright. Like obviously not fucking just copy it, but there you can see she has a whole lot of energy around her. And I'm not
yeah.
saying like I'm obviously not saying every time they use the ring they have to have fucking energy all around them,
that's the
especially
thing.
during flight.
Like in the comics, I'm sure there's some moments where they're flying in space. Like for example, I can speak about animated shows where they don't have the aura around them. But the difference is they have a green ass suit. In the trailer, you see a whole jar of no suit flying.
That's so a better point. Like the lack of powers and green everywhere makes that
Because I
specific scene
thought,
even
I thought
more.
the suit was formed by the ring.
Yeah, why is the suit hung up?
I did the. Like, is it a thing that the suit is always formed by the ring?
Yes.
Do they also not have?
No.
Nowhere in Green Lantern's comics do they just this little jacket. Let me try this on today. This is my suit. No, bro, it's always formed by the ring.
And that's why they don't have the same suits because they can customize them.
No, yeah,
through the rings.
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
and don't get some caca suit from the closet, bro.
and
Yeah, that shit looks.
Look,
Maybe again, that might be a training suit or some shit like that.
But they don't get training suits. They get the ring because the ring chooses them.
Which I'm worried
and it's
about
also
that
why
as
I didn't
well.
like because it seems like he's almost I'm training you so you're worthy of the ring. The ring chooses you, and then you get the suit, and then you have to learn how to use it.
Yeah.
And you learn how to
I'm
be
actually
Green
worried
Lantern.
about that. I think they're gonna do a thing of like Jon Stewart, like he has to like someone's giving him the ring, even though I don't know. Like I'm worried they're not gonna do that where the ring chooses him, because that's the whole thing. Yeah, he can accept it or not, but the ring has to choose him. That's the whole thing about Green
I'm
Lantern.
pretty sure there's a scene in the trailer where he like puts the ring on the car and stuff, and like the Green Lanterns or with the Lanterns overall, the ring chooses you. You feel like you can just do fucking this, and the ring comes to you. Like it's not a thing of like
Because I thought it was the thing that, for example, that you couldn't put the ring on if he hadn't chosen you.
No, you can't.
For example, you couldn't just nick
No,
rings,
you
bro.
can't.
But
He
the
has to choose you, otherwise it's just fucking making him.
You just be fucking
Look,
fat
and
with
it's like
rings, bro.
I don't know. Look, it's not going to be anything like any Green Lantern.
There's no
comics,
way you think
because
it's gonna be
Green
seven,
Lantern
bro.
comics are always like in space fighting big bad man.
No, but
I'm like,
God,
if you want to make
sorry.
a grounded Green Lanterns show, there's an amazing way to do it. Tackle them, especially a new Green Lantern. Tackle them struggling with fear. And them beating that fear through their will. Yeah, of course it doesn't. You can't make it like you should.
They can't be just a
introducing
season,
Sinestro, whatever. But make it like Jon Stewart accidentally can't save someone or some shit because he was in the military or some shit
by
like that.
nature, Green Lanterns can't be grounded because their whole thing, their whole powers, everything about them comes from literally a different place in space.
Yeah, no,
You
I
cannot-
agree.
Even if most of the season's developing like the foundation of a character that you can do on Earth, at some point they have to fucking leave it. They have to go
Yeah.
to space. They're space cops. Most of the Green Lantern stories don't even they happen on Earth simply because they come back to Earth. But it's like aliens and shit, and it's a bunch of fucking people just on Earth.
Now, most of the fucking time, they're not even on Earth. A lot of Green Lantern comics, because like every time Green Lantern's fighting on Earth, it's normally like to do with something else. But in terms of like Green Lantern shit, it's either like
somewhere like
the
spa-
Sinestro
yeah.
War, middle fucking state, like fucking
Space.
Blackest Night, it's same shit.
Well,
They-
Blackest
they're-
Night
Blackest
on
Night was
Earth.
always on Earth.
You know, I think
Because you
They
bring back
ended up
all
coming
the
on
dead
Earth.
I think I'm
Supergirl,
gonna.
that's good.
But Blackest Night happened literally all around the fucking place.
I
yeah,
think-
Blackest Night was not
Because a
just
lot
on
of Green
Earth.
Lanterns they
But
happen
the-
on Earth and they go somewhere else and they go to
I
somewhere
get,
else.
but the whole plot of Blackest Night was on Earth.
Well, it depends what you mean by whole night. The part where he raises those dead heroes was on Earth. Yeah.
And just, I mean, the majority of that story is on Earth. Like, they don't go to other planets. Because the whole thing is like they bring back like it was at a point in the DC like
where there was like a bunch of people dead.
continuity that they had a bunch of people dead,
Yeah.
so like they brought them back
Yeah.
like as the zombies of the death thing.
Yeah, but even then, because
really?
with that story, I'm pretty sure, like, because they end up needing like the White Lantern to defeat Necron or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
even
like it's by fusing all the different colors together.
Yeah, but the a lot
Even
of the
then-
White Lantern story is not.
but
on-
even if that story, that's even Green Lantern stories that happen on Earth, is what I was saying. There are some that are on Earth, but you have then hella people, the hella different aliens coming to Earth, right?
Yeah. Listen, I do obviously like I do understand everything you're just saying, and I do feel it the same way. I'm just holding out some hope.
Yeah, but that's not really
that-
giving a good predictive score because you have hope. You have the blue ring right now, bro. You're hoping
it's
that
because, it's
because by
because-
watching the trailer, you know it's not
Yeah.
going to be above a 5.
You're saying that my predictive score is not accurate because you're saying that I know.
no,
That-
but you're
based on
predicting
everything we've
No,
been
but
showing.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, so,
predicting
like,
they'll be better than what they're
I
showing
know
us.
because like they have like two actors that people are thinking one of them is going to be Sinestro, the other one's going to be Atrocitus because it did like some. They are not in the trailer. They did like some like motion capture screening, and like listen, I do heavily agree with the whole concept of like Green Lanterns being tied to space. So when they were like, we're going to make a shot of it, I'm like, how the fuck are you going to do that with a show budget? So, if Lanterns is more of like a more grounded introduction to the Green Lanterns, to Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, and then it's going to lead into a movie in space, that's what I'm hoping it's going to be, because there have been stories that the Green Lanterns do that are like, they start off grounded as kind of like a way,
There's just their origins, pretty much.
And they
And even
the thing
as
is,
soon as they get the ring-
they go to all.
like for example, again,
Like, already they're changing that.
for example, out of the only thing that's coming up to my mind right now that I know of is the recent absolute run that the story Green Lantern took, and that story takes place in a small town, right? You have all the now it does like it has like the big alien Green Lantern guy, the one that gives.
Was it
Hal-
an origin story?
No. Well, it was not a story for the new character, but like you have John, you have Hal, he has like the black hand, and you have like the new Green Lantern, the girl, and they're like all in this town, and they're like trying to figure out this like alien mystery.
This
that,
is the Absolute universe, like the new one where
No, yeah, so like
Batman's
so,
fucking huge.
Yeah.
and yeah, so there is. All I'm saying is there is a potential to be good story there, but you do need to progress. I do agree. If that's all we get, then
Yeah, but
it's-
if this one season, they just stay in Kansas.
no, yeah,
and
I
solve
do agree.
crimes.
We do need
Shit, no, and
to
it's
see-
looking like they're gonna be fighting thugs, and the Green Lantern does not struggle with thugs, bro.
Yeah,
What are we talking about?
I think there's gonna be some Wonder
Especially
Man
when
kind of
we
like
see
thing.
when we see fucking Guy Garner flip tanks, and then they're gonna
I
be.
get it based on the
And
trailer, but like,
I didn't even like Guy Gardner in Superman, which you guys did, and I didn't even like
No,
the
I didn't like
introduction
him.
of the Green Lantern.
I didn't mind them,
there.
but it wasn't about him, so I didn't mind it as much.
But with this,
Bro,
I mean, at least he was again. His suit also was green, but at
Had
least he
more
wasn't
green,
caca color.
it wasn't poopy.
Bro, I'm saying I even want to lower mine to a 2 because just the writers of the show already saying that
Fucking dissing
they
it.
don't want to call
Okay.
it. Let me finish. They don't want to
okay,
call
you
it.
can't base that point on something you learned just
Yeah,
now.
but can I? Well,
And also, that clip is
Well, I
taken
can't.
out of context.
can I finish my point? Think. Just by hearing the fact that they call the Lanterns and not Green Lanterns because Green Lanterns is stupid, that just makes me believe that a lot of the stuff from the comics or can I finish? Jesus Christ, bro! That a lot of the stuff from the comics or the stuff about the Green Lanterns, if they just find the name stupid, I would not be surprised if a lot of the stuff they change.
You can't say that the whole creative team behind this show does not.
he was one of the main producers.
I know that he was, but again,
and
that
then we see that in the trailer.
Again-
It's just poopy.
Yeah, okay.
It's poopy and
one thing
caca.
is if
bro.
you see that clip-
speculating, right? The clothes look like they've been shot on, right? The guy's passing. Okay, because I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised since he said that about the name that he would change stuff because he doesn't like it. The covers are different. He can pass the ring around like it's a fucking cock ring, bro. That he's putting on the
Again,
car and
we
someone
don't
else is
know
putting
that
on.
yet.
We don't
He
know that
literally
yet.
did it in the car. That was Jon Stewart's ring because he goes and jumps out of the car.
But we don't know if
that
it's
they
yeah,
can
Hal
Hal
Jordan's. But I also don't know why the fuck he took. For example, the whole thing of him taking out his ring and putting it there, or if it's already Jon Stewart's ring and putting it there.
No, but no,
It's
because
like-
he took it out of his hand in the
Yeah,
trailer.
but it's like
He's
like
driving.
it's not like John can put it on.
No, but he
Because
did.
that's Hal Jordan.
Yeah,
It's Hal
but-
Jordan's
but
ring.
he-
Or if it is John Stewart's ring, and he was just, why does Hal Jordan have it? Like John Stewart can like the ring would just go to him.
No, it was definitely.
Well, you have to pull it to you with your will.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I know.
it was
but
definitely
everyone,
Jon
as
Stewart's,
soon as
bro.
you get it, it's because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
come
no,
to you.
I agree with you.
Because in
And,
the trailer, you actually see him do this, put on top of the car, and then jump out.
Yeah. Again, that whole thing about that creative director, I don't know what his director or whatever. I don't know what his role is. I have also seen it. A lot of people have raged about it. I haven't seen the whole interview.
Yeah, but the thing is, seeing a producer say that and seeing the
I
trailer
get it,
not green.
I get it, but again, his role as a producer, again, he's not the only one in charge.
I'm pretty
of
sure
that.
James Gunn agreed with him.
I was James Gunn even in that interview?
No, but like they asked him about it in an interview.
I don't know, bro.
Regardless-
You're telling me that James Gunn, Guardians and Superman is against color, and he's like, "Oh, green is stupid." Come on, bro.
Bro, if he was
Like-
ever gonna do a fucking Guardians thing, it was in Lanterns. And the trailer, it has no fucking green in it. So like, I'm not surprised because I saw the trailer first. I'm not surprised to see the
I get
trailer.
it, but like-
whether it's true or not, everything they've shown in the trailer is not good Green Lantern.
Yeah,
So.
I just think that like having a whole creative team going to work on a Green Lantern project with James Gunn as like head of DC, him and someone else, and approving that, I honestly can't think that it's gonna be just a shitty cop show
that's
with
the-
no.
but
that's
No,
what
I know
they're-
that's
that's
what
what
they're
it seems-
that's what it
advertising.
Yeah, but it's like they say, okay, we're gonna do a beach. What's the popular beach movies? Baywatch.
Baywatch.
We're gonna do a Baywatch style movie where you have these surfers and they're gonna be saving people at the beach. And you think, I know they described it like that, but I think they're actually gonna be firefighters and policemen, and they're gonna be going around the city solving crimes. And you're like, yeah, but that's not what they described the
Yeah.
show as.
Well, I mean,
there's no
that's
one scene,
fair. That's fair.
one scene in the trailer that I'm like, that's good Green Lantern
There's
stuff.
no hint, and then again, mate, using
Maybe because it's the very first
You
trailer.
saw
Maybe.
Maybe.
And I mean, we haven't seen more trailers, and then the next
But
trailer.
also trailers, the whole point of trailers is
Is
for you to be like, oh, I'm
captivate you,
excited
yeah.
for to watch it now.
Yeah, but again, all the Green Lantern stuff will be CGI expensive stuff, so I don't know if that's something
Yeah, but for example, which we talk about fucking Supergirl, it's like showing a Spider-Man trailer and it's just Peter walking.
no, for
fucking
example,
big
so Supergirl, the trailer had fucking expensive fucking ass.
because it's a movie. That's what I'm saying. The show versus movie, the budgets are very different.
the Invincible trailer. I was like, I'm excited to watch that.
no, but
That's an animation.
Like
but-
with the MCU
but
shows, whenever
regardless, I
trailers
mean,
come out, depending
again,
on the show.
but again, bro, in the 2.5-minute trailer about the Green Lanterns, the only time that you saw the ring being like used was a flash. He could have had a flashlight on his phone and it would have been the same thing, mate. That was the only thing, and that was like the last 10 seconds. When I was watching the trailer, I was thinking this: you could have called it good cop, bad cop, and I would have thought that it had nothing to do with the
no,
lanterns.
to be fair, right? Take away that flying scene, take away the rings. Isn't it just fucking Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No,
No.
it might be a good show, but out of everything they've shown, rip.
The goat.
Unfortunately,
Oh, yeah, he did pass away.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, I know. Can
we
he don't
pay
rest in peace.
can we pay
He's
respects,
not
mate? Jesus.
No, but realistically, like trailers are meant to excite people. Even someone that hasn't read or knows about Green Lantern, and I've read a lot of Green Lantern comics. People should watch the trailer and be like, "Oh, I want to watch now. I've heard of Green Lanterns. I want to watch that now." But this show might be a good show. So far, everything they've shown us is not going to be a good Green Lantern show. And that's very disappointing. I've always really liked Green Lanterns. I've always wanted a good Green Lantern project. But so far, I also know people all over the internet are now changing up on the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie, saying we're too harsh on this.
Well,
The suit
his
definitely
suit
was
was
better.
good. His
suit was
But
good.
I'm not going to be doing that bullshit. I haven't even watched the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern
I did.
movie.
It was shit.
And I've always heard it was bad
I haven't
anyway.
seen it.
Yeah.
But I've never actually watched it.
green.
But it was green. And guess where he was? He was in space always.
Like, bro,
That's
like
not
the
killing
thing
more.
is, the Green Lantern ring is one of the strongest weapons in the universe, and they're dealing with fucking
Yeah, I know they're gonna be using it to like flip tanks or flip cars,
Or like it's gonna be a thing of like stopping bullets, and then there's like too many bullets. Like,
which was a lot of problems.
or
No,
if someone restrains him and then starts fucking peeling the ring off and then starts using
because it was
I'll
also
go
it
fucking
was also the
ballistic,
thing
bro.
of like you're like, oh no, but it was James Gunn like allowed it. I didn't like how he did the fucking. Well, I can't believe I'm forgetting his
Christian
name.
Commandos.
No, he's talking about
What's his name?
the Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner. I don't even like how he did the Green Lanterns there in Superman, but the whole thing is like that's a Superman movie, whatever. They're using Guy Gardner,
Yeah.
the Green Lanterns, whatever. It's not going to be the main focus.
But well, even with that point in that movie, I think he tackled the specific character of Guy Gardner well. I think that he did have green,
a fucking
and he
doofus
did
idiot.
use.
Even like for example, you see the hands and stuff. Like those are fucking
constructs.
like that dark green.
yeah,
It's
but-
like it's not fucking like bright. Like it's in the brightest night, not in the dark poopy night.
And again, when we spoke about it, you're introducing Green Lanterns.
Brightest
Right.
night. Brightest night is the
It's in the
yellow.
darkest night.
Yeah.
And then again, you're introducing the Green Lanterns, which is this massive like corp. And then it's what? It's just middle fingers jumping out of the
And
ground.
for example, I didn't know that about Sinestro and
Yeah, but that's Guy
Atrocitus.
Gardner.
Yeah, but
I
I don't think Guy Gardner was a good pick for a first Green Lantern to get shown.
But the movie was not
but-
about
but-
Green
but-
Lantern.
No,
like
but
this
for
guy-
example, that's why having four of us is good. Because, for example, he has a lot more knowledge on Green Lanterns. Fuck
I
all.
don't know about.
So when people,
I know some
when
about
people, when
it.
people in the comments might go, "Oh, they're all," because it's not like we've got someone that knows a lot more. We've got someone that knows Green Lantern's green ring. That's all I fucking know. And you introduce in a Superman movie, which for me, someone with less knowledge on it, I'm seeing them now as a joke because it's someone just throwing around middle fingers.
Pedro,
And like, oh, that's for someone that knows less about her. I know a little, but a lot less. I'm seeing now the Green Lanterns getting introduced, getting introduced as a joke because of Guy Gardner.
And now Guy Gardner does that.
and now in this show, I'm watching this is not a Green Lantern show. This is a cop show where they have rings. So for all I know, somehow he survived jumping out of the car because he left a ring, and I saw a flash fight happen.
Like if you think
Like-
about it, Pedro's like the perfect case study for this because he watched the trailer from the perspective of someone that only heard of Green Lanterns but doesn't know him, and he's like, "This is not like a Green Lantern show."
I don't disagree with that. I don't.
I wouldn't agree with them both adding Sinestro and Atrocitus if they do that. I wouldn't agree with them, but adding
I
both
think both of
Sinestro
them.
and
But yeah, for
Atrocitus.
example,
And it doesn't
And then
mean-
it's gonna be dark, poopy red, diarrhea red.
Marfreeze,
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna look so shit if we're gonna have a fucking lightsaber scenario, bro, where it's just like green and red light going against each other. Bro, I can do that at home. Like, do we actually
What?
really have to?
I don't know.
He must be there a little bit
I mean,
as well.
I also don't know if they're actually going to give John. I mean, we didn't see anything about John Stewart's backstory. I don't know if they're actually going to do it. I mean, it's not something hard to do. So I mean, just put him in the military and then put him in being an architect.
It's like, and John being like, "Oh no, but like we're Green Lanterns, we have to go save people." When Hal Jordan is like the peak Green Lantern, usually at least in most comic runs, he's the strongest Green Lantern, and it's like that dichotomy between them. It just felt weird.
Yeah,
It
I don't
felt
want them.
like
I don't want
dichotomy,
them.
bro.
I don't want them to do an Iron Man, Ironheart thing where they're treating Hal Jordan like a bitch. Because I don't mind them doing John Stewart. Because I was watching Comic Story, and they were talking. They were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I really fuck with the Hal Jordan." But then I'm like, "Yeah, but like Hal Stewart to have some like,
John
he's
Stewart.
a good, huh?
John Stewart said whole Stewart.
Oh, John
He murdered
Stewart
the son.
to have some some different characters, not just OB fucking white male characters. Like, sure, I fuck with John Stewart as
Yeah.
well. But the thing is, I just don't want them to treat Hal Jordan as a fucking cuck and being like, just being
And,
a bomb.
and then again, from someone that doesn't have that much knowledge, to me, what I thought about Green Lanterns was it's all about will. They're very like,
well, you thought Orange was Will.
they're all about like will and just like defending people and all that. From the trailer, the impression that I got was that John Stewart and Hal Jordan were just clashing heads to see who was the superior one. Because literally in the trailer, it's him going, "Oh, we've got to go save people, but we know that I'm normally the one that does that." He said something like that, or like,
But you
Oh,
can't.
the
Or
whole
like
thing
him
is that John
going-
Stewart's learning how to be a Brooklyn. But technically that happens in fucking Oa. But like, sure, I understand if you don't transport him to Oa, introduce Oa. And I understand that. So I'm not mad at the decision of Hal Jordan teaching him.
But
like,
to be fair, we haven't really had like that many we've had one Green Lantern movie.
I generally don't understand the
They
whole
could
thing
do
with
an
people
origin
changing
story,
stuff.
and like I don't mind having two because then you can do a little time skip within that season. Have two because Earth or the Earth sector usually has more than one Green Lantern anyway. And saying, you could start with a little bit like long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. There was these aliens that created this book, created this ring, followed by
Yeah,
emotion.
I mean,
And
I
then
also-
and then you setting up already a whole thing that you can use.
I also don't even know how they're gonna be linking it with Superman because like so Hal Jordan's been a Green Lantern, but he didn't help like in
I don't know.
anything in Superman.
And technically, John Stewart and Guy Gardner are good friends.
Are good friends.
Yeah, because they go. There's like this comic run where they go to Oa and then they just like open a bar.
Yeah, but it's not that big of a thing if they don't know each other.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
anyway, we've talked enough about the
Yeah.
Lanterns. Let's now talk about. I think
Supergirl.
it's going to be slightly smaller. I mean, I don't know. Supergirl. So the trailer, this is probably the most recent one. It came out with it like last week. So
Well, by the time this comes out, it would be like 3 months ago.
3 months ago, 6 years ago. Fuck it. Maybe you're watching the film right now. Imagine. So yeah, what do you guys think of the?
Should we go predictive scores?
Yeah, let's do predictive scores again.
6 million.
You know my opinion on Superman. However, after watching this trailer, I'm
Just say top 5 or sub 5. I feel like that's easy than giving an exact number.
okay,
'cause
sub
if it-
5. I'll be fully honest.
Top 5 or sub 5?
I mean, like,
So if it's gonna be towards like the good,
I think-
towards the good or towards
I
the
think it's
shit.
gonna
Or
be.
if you could
I
just
think
say
it's gonna be under average. This one, I'll give it a little bit more leeway to see how they're gonna build.
So you think
because there
it would be
wasn't.
below average?
Yeah, I think so. Because it
I
wasn't.
thought he was gonna go the other way around.
Because it wasn't disgustingly like horrid like the Green Lantern trailer to the point that my eyes. I'll be very surprised if it's above a 5. This one there is space. How?
Okay, can we give our scores as well?
That's a good point.
Oh,
That's
I
a good
thought,
point,
I thought I
sure.
could talk for a little bit. Okay.
I think, even though I'm not excited for Supergirl whatsoever, I do think the movie itself is probably going to be a little bit above average.
But
I agree with that. I think
I
it's
agree
going to
with
be
that.
on at least a good section.
I think it's going to be.
like an 8.
This is not a
I
fucking
was
joke.
not an 8.
I think it
I
might
was
be like
thinking
a
like
6, 7.
In the mid.
Like slightly above average, like 5.
Maybe
6.
7. Maybe 7. Like,
Oh,
we're
so
good.
we want basically want to watch a show of her just
It's a
looking.
movie.
It's a movie.
Watching
got shy.
yeah, watching a movie that she's just trying to find a cure for her dog. That's basically it, bro.
Bro, like I am.
Well, the movie is one. It's not just about that.
It's going to be
That's
her
just,
dealing with her grief.
also like
She's working with Lobo.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing.
Well, yeah, Lobo.
I thought Lobo just was a bounty hunter that killed people.
technically.
Well, but so he's like
Which
the
is Jason Momoa.
like
I
the whole
know.
thing of an anti-hero. So he helps and also goes
I
against.
Global kind of just does whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which I presume they're going to downscale his power, obviously.
well, what you were talking about, yeah, they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, but that's fine.
But I mean, so Lobo is not in the original story.
What do you think? By the way, I think. I mean, we haven't seen much of this, but I actually didn't mind the old Supergirl, to be honest.
Well, Melissa Benoist.
From Melissa Benoist from the Supergirl show.
yeah, I thought she
yeah,
was fine.
it's the
Do
same
you
as the
think this
Flash.
one's going to do better than her?
Well, the story. I think. Listen. So you
Why are you
said,
making that face?
I didn't really.
I just don't know. Melissa Benoist and like the CW Flash and Supergirl were good. Even the Arrow.
well, like the Supergirl show wasn't.
No, but that's because the writing was horrid. But she was a good Supergirl.
Yeah, she was a good
Yeah,
actress.
Like, for
sure.
example, you'd look at her,
But,
but
again,
at her, she's like, yeah, she's
I don't
Supergirl.
know.
Like,
Like
she
she
Superman.
behaved like pretty much
Her
like
suit was
Superman.
amazing.
She behaved a lot like Superman, and
That's
so
why.
Supergirl is a very different character. So I think
Yeah,
having
that's
having
that's
their
a valid,
take,
valid point from the
having
judge.
their take that they're going with this movie with this storyline will like draw a clear line in the sand that even though she's Supergirl, she's not just female Superman. She's a completely different character, and like especially dealing with how erratic she is, the fact her anger, dealing with the grief and like all the trauma.
It depends on how they write it. To me, it gave the feeling that, like, towards the end, that she's like, can't live without you, and like her eyes going like red, almost like she's very angry. Kind of just shows.
that is a big thing, yeah.
Oh, so the whole film was just going if the dog survives or not, bro. If-
Well, no, I don't think so.
He doesn't like the dog,
It's
bro.
gonna be the whole, yeah.
That's going to be the whole thing about Krypton. Because we see Krypton.
Yeah, so in the story, that's what motivates her to go on that journey throughout the movie is because Crypto gets shot with that bullet
or
by
whatever.
the same guy.
Yeah, but
That's
I also agree. But I hope it doesn't become the whole plot. It's just like
if it's
Well, that's what drives her to go on that like quest or mission. It's the same reason of
guess.
you saying, "Oh, Guardians 3 is just about them saving Rocket."
I guess that's a good point.
That's why.
I mean,
yeah, a
but it's
little
also
bit
a little
different, bro.
No, but at the beginning of the movie,
No, because
Rocket gets
Rocket isn't just a fucking dog you've met once. Rocket was a main character from the team for 2 movies
Yeah.
prior, and he appeared in
And
Infinity
also
War
you get
and
to see
Endgame.
Lila.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Yo,
built.
hear me out. Lila?
They built the whole backstory for a main character of the film. If this whole film is based on, if this whole film is based on a side character of Superman film, now the whole film is about saving the dog. Bro, it's a little bit of a
again
boring.
the whole movie's not going to be about.
That's what the trailer hinted, bro.
No, it just,
Listen, I'm telling you right now, the plot of the movie is that she will go on that journey to save the dog.
Yeah.
That is what's going to
That's
happen.
that's
now,
boring, bro.
Now, okay,
Oh no, it could be against.
Well,
no,
it depends how they write.
Because that's like the driving force of her to do
that
stuff.
could be the
Otherwise,
driving force, but then the
But
plot.
like that's how she
develops from
has to go with the kid. Like I don't want to spoil it because I know
Probably you haven't watched the movie, man.
no, but it's based on the original comic run, so it's probably gonna follow that.
For Supergirl, they follow comic runs. For Green Lantern, they go poopy diarrhea. So
Yeah, but he
poopy
prefers
caca
that.
diarrhea. Poopy caca diarrhea.
So yeah, so that's going to be what it's going to drive her to actually go and find the guy and stuff like that. So
I guess.
it's going to drive her forward, but like what's going to make her develop.
It
know.
looked, it looked good for changed colors. I like seeing colors.
It was just like Guardians of the Galaxy with Supergirl standing there.
Again,
to be honest. I know it's in space, but I was like, I swear I've seen those exact people in the
like,
background of
don't,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
don't you think it's a good thing that like even though James Gunn is like directing, writing, and producing both movies, Superman and Supergirl, they like look completely different.
I didn't want a Supergirl. So
Was that my question?
You did not
overall,
Was that my fucking question?
answer the question I'm thinking of.
For me, again,
Like
what
now,
I was,
your
what I
second
was-
movie,
what I was
doing
hoping,
Supergirl.
what I was hoping for
What's wrong with
Supergirl
Super-
film
Like you just did Superman, your second movie introducing the DC.
is Supergirl. To be fair,
It's
he's
gonna
not
be
wrong, bro. There's,
I just hope you
Okay.
see Supergirl.
there's a bigger plethora of stuff they could have chosen
Okay,
from.
no, listen.
Oh, that word plethora.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Plethora.
I'm pretty sure it's plethora.
So it's not even plethora.
Yeah,
Oh,
let him have it.
But yeah, me going into this Supergirl film, I was kind of hoping. Then you might say, "Oh, that's one direction that you wanted," but I was kind of hoping that they might. But I wanted them to like really dive into her backstory of her working the mines back in her planet.
probably will,
And then,
might.
but what
Maybe
I'm
not the mind
but
bit,
but I'm
but
scared
backstory
of
bit.
that they just gonna touch on a little bit, like her getting one memory of getting put in the fucking pod, but then the whole film's about.
I mean, in the first trailer, there's whole scenes of her in Krypton and the whole thing.
No, there was one in the pod, getting put in the pod. No, there was one getting put in the pod.
In this scene, there's a scene in Krypton with her with a coffin, like the mole in like a liner.
true.
Yeah, or they're
Maybe you rewatch the
isn't she
trailer.
carrying the coffin? Isn't she one of them?
Yes,
Something like that.
yes.
But yeah, so there's definitely going to be Krypton stuff.
yeah,
there's going to be
or
that.
like the surviving bit. Of
Yeah,
Krypton.
which is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
'cause
never
that's-
seen Krypton stuff, and it's
Yeah.
Superman never is just always about the
And,
message.
dealing with that trauma that Superman did not get to experience all that, and she did. She got to experience.
Yeah, but to be fair, she's mad that Superman's 6'4" Chad, and she's 5'2"
I also
HDM.
I don't know, like
HDM's good. What the fuck am I out about?
she just seems a little bit out of place. Because
in what her movie?
like in a sense, like when I was watching the movies, like it was just like man them from they pretty much called everyone they had in the background of Guardians of the Galaxy, like just started
when you were watching the trailer.
yeah.
Because you said when I was watching the movie.
Yeah,
and I
but
was like,
I-
so
no,
Superman or the
No,
future
no,
Supergirl?
Supergirl. James Gunn said it to me on a
You
hyperlink.
watched a copy.
He accidentally sent me the video of him fucking his wife, and that's why Green Lantern was Kakasuit, because his wife said Hal Jordan. Regardless, like her suit compared to like the backgrounds, I was like, why didn't they give her like a starting suit that was more like?
I do get what that
And then
means.
because she gets that suit on Earth, because that's when she becomes Supergirl.
Well, she already has it in Superman.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I know, but in Superman, she's coming back from that trip now. Because
But
crypto is
Is it gonna happen before or after?
because if it's more of a
Probably after. But like,
Yeah,
okay,
no,
okay,
because
okay.
because she gets crypto back at the end of
Like,
Superman, and she has crypto in a.
you don't see her get the suit. She already has.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
suit.
sure.
I know.
It's just
But
something that they have.
It's like a bright Supergirl suit, and then
in
the
the very
backgrounds are all like
in the very
alien-y
like Borderlands background.
I get it.
Why didn't they give her a more
Like it's a bright blue, and it's like in a. But I mean, it might not be that bad.
I'm not saying it was
wait,
bad.
wait, so you prefer they give her like
A khaki suit. Yes, he gave him the
a
green.
kaka suit? No, I was just thinking like a variation on her suit where it's more from like space. and
If
stuff.
it's with the background, maybe a little bit more. I did notice that. I did. It almost looked like she was just dropped there.
I think that's such what? That's such a weird point.
Fat shot.
No, because like just listen to what you're saying. Is like, wait, so what? So you wanted her to not have her suit,
I'm
to
not
have
saying
a
for-
dull suit.
I'm not saying having a dull suit, but you could have a variation of the Supergirl suit that would make more sense on like when she's on these alien planets and stuff. Instead of having a
what
bright
do you mean make
blue
more sense?
and red suit.
But that's the Kryptonian suit. So Superman doesn't wear that suit because it's like
But for
bright
example,
blue.
do you see how the
and Earth is blue?
Kryptonians don't wear the fucking blue suits. They like in the fucking, at least from the movie, the fucking
always
they
wear
wear white
white.
suits in the fucking
no,
mall.
but the whole thing, like their suits are like the Kryptonian suits.
No, it's that the S represents hope.
No, yes, but
And
like
they're-
they
and
didn't
Krypton.
make their suits. Like
Superman didn't come with a suit in a bag with a suitcase.
No, it was in the Fortress of Solitude. Like they don't show it in this Superman
The
movie.
suit
but
comes
for
from the
example,
ring.
in Man of Steel, like it's in the Fortress of Solitude. Like he doesn't make the suit, and there's no. It's not made on Earth. It's just a Kryptonian suit.
Wait. I think this suit is such a minor. Like I can see that what.
No,
Danny,
but we're talking about minor stuff because it's just trailers.
but it's I don't feel nearly as bad as I do with Lanterns.
No.
obviously not.
I think the thing
Yeah,
that
but what does I give it like a 3 or 2? This one I
I
gave
think
it
the
a
thing
bro.
they're gonna do is the reason why the Lanterns, because they're not Green Lanterns the party anymore. The reason why the Lanterns
Why are you
put
talking about
We're
Lanterns
talking
again?
about Lanterns again.
You chud as well, man. I Lobo looks good. I do like. I'm gonna want to see
I
the
fuck with
interaction because
Jason.
Supergirl is naturally a bit more sporadic and hectic than Superman is. So seeing that match with Lobo, I think that's gonna be interesting as well. And really seeing what they go with. Is she gonna be flying around in space?
Seeing her grief is gonna be
Maybe.
good. Like how she deals with that.
Is she gonna be hopping from planet to planet?
Maybe. Guess we'll see.
Okay, how would you guys feel if they did the same thing that they do in the comic run, and she has a sword?
I would hate that.
You'd hate
Well, I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't like it. I haven't seen Supergirl use her powers, and now you're giving her a sword.
That's also a good point.
Mate,
Introduction.
if you-
Again, you're introducing the DC,
Yeah.
and the first time you see Supergirl, she has
like,
a sword.
yeah, sure,
It's a good point.
Supergirl in that comic run.
It's
might
not,
have a
it's
sword.
not that she carries a sword all the time. It's that there's like a plot.
no,
Oh, isn't that going to be a thing? Because the bitch grabbed the sword. Now that I'm thinking about it, there was a sword at some point in the trailer, or a sharp blade.
oh really? Bro, it's just like that's
As long as she doesn't lose every fucking fight like her cousin did, we'll be good,
mate,
bro.
if that's the introduction of Supergirl, you might as well give her a shield and just call her fucking Angela, mate. And we go with that, and that's the whole.
Anyway, it's only, I kind of don't want to speak about Spider-Man. I've been so.
but overall, I think Supergirl is going to be
Promising.
okay.
It's promising. It's promising.
Hopefully it goes
we,
well.
We should move on to Spider.
Yeah. So everyone's seen the Spider-Man. So they're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna turn him into a fucking.
So,
a
what
rapid
are
dictator.
your predictive scores for Spider-Man Brand New Day?
Like I think it's gonna be like an 8 or a 9.
I'm going like 7 or 8.
I'm more with Pedro. I think it's going to be towards the higher end.
I'm more with Danny.
I think this might be the best Spider-Man movie they've done so far.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The best Spider-Man movie is when we're doing Man Spider, and you think that there's a high
I
probability.
don't think
that
so. I
being
don't
the
think they're
best
doing
Spider-Man.
Man Spider. I heard. I saw on TikTok that people think they're gonna do. I don't know if I'm using the right words. I think people are saying they're gonna use the Morbius
They're not using more.
role
No.
or something like or Mordios or.
Oh, Mordo or whatever.
Mordo.
The vampire that
Yeah.
he fights.
More one.
Yeah, you know the vampire villain from Spider-Man.
No, but they're not doing that.
That's Morbius.
No, that's
No.
not Morbius. More one.
More
They're
one.
like
More one.
You see the comic where he's like, "I'm tired," but he is.
I'm hurt, but
You know that
It's Morboon or something.
I've heard
A
that.
lot of
The-
people
the
are
one
saying-
that he goes around in time when Zin sucks to the fucking wife of Spider
I
people.
know those guys.
Yeah, it's
but
Morbius.
It's a guy.
Well, I thought it was a jackal. Oh.
It's a guy. But they're not doing that. They're not doing that.
A lot of people on TikTok are
No,
saying that
they're not
that's.
doing that. The whole thing, the film is going to be around fighting the hand.
Well, we don't know because there's also a guy that lifts with telekinesis. So who the fuck is that?
No, but the hand's definitely going to be a major plot point.
Telekinesis.
Yeah, there's a part where like there's this guy that just gets fucking levitated in the trailer,
Okay, I don't know.
and it's like from this hooded figure, and that people think that's
When?
Morboon.
They don't get levitated. They get to like there's the whole thing of like the mind that people think is Jean Grey, but then no one gets levitated.
What is
Am I?
it?
Am I?
the
tripping?
mind.
tripping.
Technically is
You're
right about the
tripping.
mind thing.
I saw someone get levitated in
No
the
one
trailer.
gets
I didn't
levitated.
see
I mean, how about this?
You should just watch it.
Homework today. I saw today.
You watch it wrong then.
Okay.
No one gets levitated.
Don't worry. Your homework. Watch the trailer. Again.
You watch it.
Wait,
Okay. When was the last time you
Oh
watched
my
the trailer?
God.
So
The thing is, then you after this, we'll watch it. You'll see this happening.
No,
You're
I
like,
mean-
oh, it's fine, never mind.
You're still gonna be unhealthy, fuck. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I swear I saw someone get levitated, bro.
regardless, the hand's going to be involved. I
You
think
need to open your third eye to be
I
able
think
to see
Daredevil is
properly.
going to be in the film because
I
every
think so.
time the hands fucking involved, I think they might.
Who's the hands?
It's like
The
the
red ninjas.
The
Oh,
ninjas.
the
they're like-
ninjas.
they might fucking. They could do the thing where Daredevil is like the leader
Wait,
of the
we
hand.
moved on way too quick from him being like this is the best Spider-Man.
Okay, again,
but he's a child.
I think this has the potential to be the best Spider-Man one because it has potential to learn from all the other ones where each one of them did wrong. Because if you think about it, Peter is finally down on his luck. He's poor, he's broke, he's being like socially awkward with people. He's dedicated his life fully to Spider-Man. We're getting like actual practical effects for Spider-Man swinging. We're actually getting like the TASM like suit being not like just CGI and having
good.
like the
the
suit is really good.
Haven't they already spoiled the fucking film? Because we already know he's gonna talk to MJ again.
But I don't like.
How did they spoil it?
Because don't they show a film of the scene of them two talking in the trailer on my blog?
Well, she's gonna be part of the movie.
Yeah, I know, but like the two of them are talking, so I presume she's gonna have her memory back.
I mean,
and
that's
is
an assumption.
that fucker Paul?
Like, listen, I'm not saying that this has potential to be a very high-rated Spider-Man movie, if not beating TASM. Obviously, beating TASM is very difficult, but it does have potential. You don't know Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It is very difficult. It is very difficult, but it does have the potential. The thing is, they're going for such like outlandish things, and the more outlandish shit is, the harder it is to land. Like organic web shooters, man, spider, mutant things in a Spider-Man movie, introducing using the Hulk and the Punisher.
Hulk,
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot of
we
stuff.
know it's the whole
a lot
thing.
of stuff.
That, like his DNA is changing. We
Yeah.
know that for a fact.
So
Do you think Hulk's gonna Hulk out, or is he just gonna be
he
Bruce
might not,
Banner?
you know. He
I think
might
it
not.
might just
I
be Bruce
kind of hope
Banner.
if he doesn't, but the thing is, I think there has been like advertising thing where he is the Hulk, so he
really?
might do, yeah. Again, so my whole initial predictive of things that I was talking about the symbiote. I think,
I mean, your predictions have gone down the gutter, mate. Mister,
Yeah.
I was 100% correct.
Yeah.
Still 100% gonna happen.
well, I still think that there's a good chance for like a sort of like Sinister Six being a thing because we're getting like a bajillion villains. Like Tombstone wasn't even in the fucking trailer, and he's like confirmed, and he's like
We're getting like a billion
big
characters.
actor.
there's no way to do the symbiote when they have the fucking.
Did I say the symbiote? I'm talking about the Sinister. I started this by saying, yeah, they're not doing the symbiote. There's still a chance for the Sinister Six.
No, a lot of people on TikTok were saying that it's gonna be the vampire and
not doing the Sinister
Spider-Man's gonna.
They can't. If they do more one,
No.
I'm gonna go put my
And then
hand
the
my mouth
Spider-Man's
inside
gonna
her
die
mouth.
again. He's gonna come back with the black suit. That's what a lot of people are saying.
So there's
No, I don't think so. They can't
Because the whole
more
thing
one.
with the vampire is like he just adopts or whatever, so it's very hard to beat him.
But like how you?
Oh, he's a
no,
vampire.
because how the fuck are you adding this many characters and then more one on top of that?
more one would be a good.
No, but multiple. More one is defeated like by multiple fucking Spider-Man.
yeah.
Oh
you-
no
you're
no!
involved
Like
in
some people, some people were saying that. Other people were saying there's gonna be like kind of like scenario because there's that like comic run where Spider-Man saves Cap from a Punisher bullet. Some people.
He saves. Sure.
Sure.
I think he's talking about the scene where Punisher's holding
Yeah,
him.
but
No.
that's not.
isn't that in Civil
said-
War?
Yeah, that's in Civil War.
But he also saves Cap in order to.
He saves
Spider-Man,
Cap,
and then
yeah.
dies.
but those aren't in the same.
They are. Punisher shoots a bullet at Cap. The Spider-Man jumps in, and
be fair,
it's the whole scene where Cap has like something about you are true hero or whatever, and there's Punisher holding him and going.
I mean the medic, but that's Civil
Oh,
War.
no,
I swear
and then
those
they
are
get
different.
No, it's the same, and then they get surrounded by soldiers, and Punisher goes, "Just shoot me, it was me," because he feels like blame for shooting Spider-Man because it was meant for Cap. I know this,
Bro is an avid comic reader apparently.
Well,
I have no clue what the fuck you're on about.
I literally just saw it, so unless I'm
Yeah,
saying
on,
shit.
on TikTok, and that like makes it absolute true.
So random guy designed it, made the drawings of the Cap, Punisher. He wrote his own comic.
They're not doing
Mate,
that regardless.
mate,
They're not doing that regardless.
John Stewart,
Pedro,
they wrote the
they're not
comic.
doing that regardless because Captain America doesn't fucking
No,
exist this time.
but some people were saying it's gonna be similar in terms of like it will be
But
like
that's not how he gets the symbiote.
no he does. I'm pretty sure. Well, people were saying
No,
that
he gets buried alive by Craven, doesn't he? That's how he gets.
Oh, really? That's
whole
all.
thing
Yeah,
is that
he
last
gets
time.
buried.
Well,
He also Peter fucking gets buried a couple times.
yeah.
gets
So
buried a bunch of times,
so
to be
the first time Peter ever got the black suit in the comics was in Secret Wars, and I think that's how they're gonna do it. I do think that Peter. I mean, that was my prediction in the like eons ago that he was gonna die, and then like the end credit scene or something would be him getting the symbiote. I don't know if that's going to be the case or if he's going to get in Secret Wars and he's going to come back to life then. But yeah, honestly, I really don't mind this whole plot. They're going with the Man Spider. I don't know if you guys remember the like
Animated show.
Yeah, the cartoon.
But
There's-
he gets like 4 arms.
yeah.
But if they do that in live action, I'm a cum.
Stupid, bro.
Yeah.
We haven't really had a good Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, and now you're throwing like just whole bunch of shit.
Okay.
It can be good shit though.
Okay, then,
But I hope
then,
he
then
doesn't
tell
turn
me,
into a fucking man spider,
like,
bro.
you've got to do some sort of something different
You
with
could
the
do-
movie.
There's multiple things you could do with Spider-Man. I could name you at least 100 things to do with Spider-Man before I think of Man Spider.
Listen,
Well, they might not
listen,
give him the
I
extra
know,
two
but
arms.
something that hasn't been done before.
He's already in web cocoons
So you
with
wouldn't have a
organic
problem
webbing.
if they gave him 4 arms.
It depends how they do it, but they're probably not just gonna give him 4 arms.
Just
They're probably
shocking
just gonna turn him into like the full-on Man Spider one, and that is the only way that how maybe he can stand a chance against the Hulk.
No, like, are we serious, bro? I'm gonna go watch a Spider-Man movie and he's actually becoming a fucking
Well, he's
spider.
getting consumed. Like his eyes get black and shit.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be something like that in terms of like it's not gonna be full on man spider. If they go that route, I don't think it's gonna be full on man spider that he has 4 arms and his head turns into a fucking spider head.
Because a lot of the Man Spider is like him, he just tweaking.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we have a grounded Spider-Man. And that's not going to make him grounded anymore
but
if
then
he's an
again,
actual living spider.
would it be any movie that they could do right? That's not something that has been done before. That you would like. That's not just a grounded, straightforward Spider-Man movie with like a specific classical villain, and then he's grounded.
What?
It would.
I get
Is there
the going,
any movie that you would watch? You'd say, "Oh, I don't like that because they're not doing the specific framework that I
No,
have."
there's a lot of like Spider-Man is usually a very like ground superhero. Obviously,
Right.
he has gone to space, but he usually
Yes.
is just swinging around New York.
Yes.
So obviously, a lot of his stories are going to be very grounded,
I agree.
right? Now, I don't think after your first movie is Homecoming, where he's Spider-Man Jr. Your second movie is Far From Home, which is he's still kind of Spider-Man Jr. And then your third movie, where he's finally by himself and having more of that weight of being the Spider-Man mantle, and you're having things like, for example, the Punisher and the Hulk. I'm not mad at. You haven't seen Spider-Man interact with other characters, or even with the Daredevil against the Hand. That's
Yeah.
not something
The
I've
thing
seen
is, it's
before.
like
Big jump to Man Spider.
They're adding Man Spider and they're adding the Hand. The Hand, like the Hand's a big fuck. Like they bring fucking Electro. Like that's how Daredevil like it becomes a fucking god.
But for example, if they
Of,
if
the
Daredevil shows up, I would much rather the Punisher or at least Hulk wasn't there, because I think the duo between Spider-Man and Daredevil was always such like a good thing in the comics. When you start adding more characters, you kind of take away from that.
Well, maybe no. I think Punisher was a good addition from what was on the trailer.
Yeah.
It seemed good.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I mean if they add Daredevil.
Well, technically,
It's going to be a thing, or like it's going to be a towards the end sort of thing, kind of like
It might just be a tease,
Spider-Man.
like a little
it's
stretchy.
just gonna be
Also,
like
overall, I don't
three.
like organic webbing in most senses.
I also prefer the
web shooters.
but like he has had web shooters up until this time. Them doing something a little bit different. Just if they lean more into the Spider-Man aspect, and for example, they start calling it Spider Sense. Him having organic webbing.
No, but
is
Peter
like,
Tingle was a major negative in every fucking Tom Holland film.
You could call
Am I saying it wasn't? I'm saying that the
Fair.
organic webbing might be an indication that they're like leaning more into it. And
But you don't have to go into organic webbing.
I
to
know
call
you
Spider
don't.
Sense.
I know you don't.
He called
But, like,
fucking walls, mate.
But I guess it
He's
might.
Spider-Man. He can
But
call
it
Spider
might justify a lot of stuff, like him being able to break swords with his webs, or
He can not
No, because
Spider-Man
his
can do that normally.
his
or
web's
being
gonna
able to
hold
take a tank to the face. Bro.
his web's gonna hold his weight. What are we
Yeah,
talking about? They can break
I
swords.
really don't mind, especially because if they do the whole thing that the movie seems to indicate, I thought he was going to be the symbiote at first, and I still would have preferred if it was like that. But if the whole thing that is like he's putting his whole life into Spider-Man and abandoning Peter Parker, and that that showcases by him like undergoing this like mutation phase and turning into
Transition,
Man
yeah.
Spiders, being like him understanding that to be Spider-Man he also needs to be Peter Parker.
True,
Because otherwise he loses himself on
True.
the Spider-Man aspect, and that's showcased by the Man Spider transformation.
I mean, I just think like Man Spider, like it's such a convoluted thing, and it's so like to put it into live action to show like what you're saying is a good concept, but to show that with Man Spider is like that's kind of what they do with the symbiote
they
overall
might
as
just
well.
use elements of the Man Spider story
Yeah.
and not actually give him 4 arms, 4 eyes, 8 limbs, type
Yeah,
shit.
hopefully not. That's right. It was so funny watching the.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Tom Holland lay eggs.
Okay, okay. It was so funny watching the TikToks after the trailer came out, because it's just people like celebrating the Spider-Man finally is poor, is a bum.
yeah.
People are like, finally Spider-Man I can relate to.
Some people are
This-
very split. It's very split about like what people feel about the
I
organic
like it.
webbing.
Oh,
The thing is, it has like happened multiple times in the comics.
Yeah, but
where
then-
he just has organic webbing
No,
for
but
like
organic
a while.
What do
webbing
you
was
mean
a
multiple
Toby
times in the
thing.
comics?
Where he just has
Like-
organic webbing for a while.
Like that's when he's like fucking Man Spider with a symbol.
No, there's been like whole runs where at the beginning he undergoes some sort of thing that like, oh, I've got organic webbing now.
Organic
And then-
webbing was a
and
Toby
then-
thing.
and then he said it wasn't just a Toby thing.
Like you really only get organic webbing in the comics when he's or when
No,
sometimes when he has the
no,
box suit
no.
and when he's Man
how does the
Spider.
box
Yes,
suit give
that's-
you organic webbing?
Because he kind of
Because
produces
it's the
his own.
tendrils, so it's
no,
like
that he has had like whole ass runs where he just has organic webbing.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
No, no, no,
He does. I know. It wasn't just a Toby thing,
Do you-
and it wasn't just a specific
Do
event.
you
or
vaguely
what.
remember what the story is about?
It's just normal Spider-Man stories, but he just has organic
from
webbing.
all that I've read of Spider-Man, he's never had organic webbing. So maybe I missed a story or two, which maybe it is. I haven't read all of them.
There's comic runs where Peter Parker may be like a lady
Yeah,
boy. So
it's true. He might be a fucking ladybug in one of the fucking Spider-Man comics. I haven't read all of them, but from my understanding of it, he doesn't. He always has.
No,
web
and
shooters.
it's not that the web shooters are just for him to swing. They symbolize about how smart he is, stuff like that as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like, he,
Which so far he just been using Iron Man stuff to make his.
yeah. So it's a little bit of bum work.
But it looks good. The seeing him fall out of the building and like it's the camera from inside the mask, that was good.
The swinging suit looked great on him.
it's what I said,
I
Punisher
also
look
kind
good.
of like that he is now alone. There's no fucking MJ. There's no little,
The cookies got to you.
no little guy,
Can't say anything.
The government guy.
no little guy like
cookie.
helping him. Finally, Spider-Man by himself.
Yeah.
Which that'll be quite good because again, some characters never been by themselves like Eugene, and then that kind of ruins them.
I hope that's not Paul.
But Bro's entire personality is straight to rage, baby.
I also don't know, like,
He's
is
a
it
custom.
now,
He's watching
now
MJ
better
fucking-
than ever? Is it not good to introduce a new love interest instead of Michelle Jones? like-
She's still MJ.
Wait, is that who they're?
No,
Like,
they're
because
going
they-
back to Michelle Jones.
No, like,
Yeah,
they say No Way Home that like her last name is Jane, and
Her
they're
name is
like-
Michelle Jones. That's her full government name.
Wait, what were you on about?
Zendaya's character.
Yeah.
It's MJ,
She's
she's
gonna
she's
stay-
not Mary Jane. She's Michelle Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And now it's like, why not? And I'm not saying he can't go back to fucking Zendaya at the end of the movie.
But
whatever
Black
the fuck.
Cat would be an
But,
absolute.
Gwen Stacy.
Or Mary Jane, or fucking Kitty Pryde if they want to do the X-Men in there, bro.
To be fair, in the plot of him like losing himself to Spider-Man side, having Black Cat is a good idea.
Yeah.
No, but
That's
then you
like
have to introduce another
Or
character.
Mary
on top
Jane.
of that.
Or
yeah.
Mary Jane.
Now,
But you can't have another MJ because he's
Okay.
like, yeah, but it's Michelle Jones.
let's tackle the thing we haven't mentioned, which is a big problem that I have with something I'm really worried about. The character played by Sadie Sink is very convoluted.
Cool.
So,
Sadie Sink is
Okay, out. Stranger
the
Things.
Ginger from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, she played Jean Grey, doesn't she?
Well, it's
So,
not been
so
confirmed.
she is in a
Ooga booga,
movie,
bro.
We don't know who she's playing. A lot of rumors say she's playing Jean Grey.
I don't think
No,
so.
wait, wasn't she Jean Grey on the young X-Men?
No, that's
The
yeah.
young
They're
X-Men.
just ginger actresses, and he thinks that they're the same person.
Was it not her?
Different
No.
actress.
Oh.
Do you remember the Jean Grey, the actress that played fucking Jean Grey?
The
Phoenix
new
Kid.
one. It's Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones.
We haven't watched Game of Thrones, so you saying
guys?
guys.
So
we're
yeah,
not-
wait.
me, fuck all.
That's Sadie Sink, though. Oh, no, it's not. They're very similar, though, yeah.
Sophie Turner, Sadie Sink. Did you really just tell me that?
They're both ginger and white.
They're both ginger and white. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be. I think she might be
Because
another fucking Spider-Man.
there's
I can't
clearly
lie.
that scene of like a hooded character that seems to be a girl, and it's right after like they seem to be mining.
Could be
like,
people.
mind controlled. And it would fit in the story because obviously Spider-Man, when he goes to this Man-Spider stuff, there's that episode in the animated show where he goes to the X-Men. Being like, I might be a mutant. And they're like, no.
Doesn't
You
he
know?
go to Fantastic Four in the Vega or something?
No, so he... No.
In the comics. That's not in the animated show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so...
He was with Fantastic Four for a bit, though.
What does that have
What
to
does
do
that
with
mean?
the point?
What?
We're just
He just threw up a fact.
Well, Spider-Man overall like interacts with
So,
the
yeah,
X-Men
so
a lot.
I really
Because
hope,
they always think he's a mutant.
I really
Yeah.
hope that's not how he introduce like the
Fuck
X-Men.
it.
Jean
I'd
Grey.
rather him be dating Kitty Pryde right now than going back to Michelle Jones.
I really hope that like that character is like a Spider-Man villain or a Spider-Man related character. That Sadie Sink is not playing Jean fucking Grey in a Spider-Man movie. Like,
Do you think that's
No,
Rogue in the
because
bus?
Jean Grey, like, gonna lead to
No.
Doomsday.
And then in the bus,
Totally agree.
is Rogue.
Yeah, the
But
people are
I
also
do
saying
think they're
that.
gonna stick with Michelle.
Oh yeah, no, but she was fucking chopped youth just because she had like white hair. People thought she was Rogue.
Yeah.
But
It's probably just like a half.
I think they're
like
gonna
half a
stick to
tree.
Michelle Jones also because of some actor bias because Tom Holland and I are dating. So I think
no,
he's probably
you
pushing
stupid
a little.
shut, bro. They're not gonna put.
I
They're not
think
gonna
so.
push.
They're not gonna
now.
put Zendaya just because they're married
I
in real
think
life.
so.
Man.
I think
I mean,
Shut.
so far their romance hasn't been anything close to Toby with MJ or with
Or
Andrew
even
and Gwen.
Andrew with
So-
Gwen.
And they're married in real life.
T-
It's been good though.
Wait,
It's not
you're
bad.
saying that
Andrew-
Toby's romance with the MJ in his movies is better than?
Then Tom and Michelle Jones.
Yeah.
That I disagree.
It's not.
for the most part.
It's not.
They do
They
have
such-
a lot of
They have
hiccups.
such a bad romance. It's so toxic. MJ
It is
in that
toxic.
first movie
It is toxic, but that's Spider-Man's relationships
No,
because he
I'm
keeps
sorry.
being late to shit, and he misses her fucking
No,
theater play.
MJ is truly a horrible person in that movie. She's literally
Cheers.
like he
I just watched the
proposes to
first
her
one.
and she's like, "You can't be Spider-Man, you chud."
She's literally,
I've watched Spider-Man 3, so that's Spider-Man
she's
3.
literally Amber from Invincible.
Yeah, but you
She
agree.
is
Okay,
worse.
but you agree that
She is worse than MJ in the game, for example.
Ugh, no, it's
MJ in
hard.
the game is not bad at Russia. She's a chud.
Yeah, she's a chud.
But
she's a
you say
chudmeister.
Andrew Garfield's relationship's better than Tom Zendaya.
Yeah.
Obviously. But then we're talking about Michelle Jones. What are we talking
Again,
about?
I
bro?
really like the.
You love Michelle Jones. We understand.
Oh my
So
God.
you haven't read the
That's
comic
not-
of
Yeah, bro,
Spider-Man in your life.
do you want me to get you a Dahlia as well, mate?
chud.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be the best like Spider-Man movie of all time. Because to me, what matters when it comes to that is how like comic accurate they are, and like how
it's
how
a
good
good
the story
story,
is.
yeah.
Look, with the amount of
But they're not. I'm still speaking.
Sorry.
They're doing a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of complicated stuff. It's not stuff that's been tested and true. Like man spiders are like very specific thing, and they're trying to add all of this stuff, hinting at mutants, which obviously we're all talking just from a
I
trailer.
really hope they don't.
But it's a lot of stuff. So the more stuff you try and do, the higher chance you
Yeah,
fuck up.
that's what I'm saying. It's either gonna make or break it with the amount of stuff that you're adding. See that if you play your cards very well, it's gonna make a really good movie. But also with the amount of stuff that you're adding, you're risking just ruining stuff, and there'd be more negatives because there's a high chance that you won't touch up on certain stuff as much as you should.
I hope they bring Ben back.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so should we just move on to the
The game probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've been talking for an hour.
Okay, yeah. So we normally do Brothers Verdict because it's been a minute now. We're just gonna move on to the game. So we're gonna move on to GuessLink, which is a guessing game. It's 15 questions, yes or no answers only, and Danny and Tiago are the judge. So they have thought of or are thinking of a character, and me and Pedro have to guess what those questions in what those characters are in 15 questions.
Is my character from anime?
Already off. Would I know my character from shows?
Yes.
I forgot about the hezzies.
Is my character from Marvel or DC?
No.
You're actually gonna say, think about this the
Yeah,
TikTok.
no,
Is
no,
is
no,
my
no,
character from a live action?
How about hell no?
No.
Is my character from a childhood show?
Is my character from an anime?
No.
Is my character from animation?
Yes.
Jesus, only 4 questions get animation. We're doing great, boys. You know, my next question is it in my top level?
Is my character surrounding? Is my character's project surrounding a superhero property?
Yes.
Is this a show?
Yes. Big hez.
Did I watch this show on Disney Plus?
No.
Is this animation on Crunchyroll? This is an important
Is it a thing
question.
that you don't
so
know if I
maybe
watch it?
if you need to double check, double
I
check.
didn't.
Okay.
The previous question.
Was it a dumb
Yeah.
question?
Yes.
Why?
How would you ask me if it's anime?
Better answer.
But animations
I
can
think
be
that
in
we're doing
Crunchyroll.
the right way is technically yes.
No? Can't?
I asked if it was from a superhero property.
I'm glad you guys are speaking over when Pedro's asking me his question.
Can't animations be on Crunchyroll? I know Crunchyroll is mostly anime, but you can also have animations,
Yes,
no?
indeed. He asked me if he was an anime, and then one of his questions was this animation on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll is just
It's just
Japanese
anime.
animation.
Uh-huh.
When have you ever seen something that's not anime on Crunchyroll?
Oh, Castlevania was it on?
No, it was on Netflix.
No, but Tango was talking because I asked if my character was around. My character show was around the superhero property, and he said he changed from his yes to technically yes.
Yeah.
Because it really depends on what you mean by superhero
Yeah.
property.
Well, superheroes. Like there's heroes in them.
It's
Not just someone that like saves people. I guess.
It's technically.
I guess.
Technically.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
just
your
like
best
technically, yeah.
Did I watch the? Now I'm just naming streaming services. Okay, it has to be fucking. Did I watch this pussy on Prime?
Oh.
Did I watch this pussy on Prime?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm lost. Is it from a cartoon?
Yes.
A tune.
Ooh.
Throwing a little bit of a boogie.
Throwing.
Is this show either a D&D related show, Invincible, or Star Wars?
Yeah.
Right.
Define wars in the Star Wars bit.
No, it's not Star Trek, man. I'm not asking that.
Spock.
That's a good question, wasn't it?
Is it my top 10?
Well, considering he asked this animation in Crunchyroll when he had already asked you if he was.
I genuinely thought
Uh,
that was.
Did I watch this cartoon in my younger days of living?
Yes.
Is it a D&D show?
No.
Like childhood, that's what I meant.
Because I think I said Star Wars.
When you were not a nunk.
But what have I seen animated from Star Wars?
Is the world, I mean, surrounding like powers? My character have powers, and then
Okay, well, what is your question? Because you said like 3D different things. Just ask me a question. From beginning to end, that means one thing.
Does my character have powers?
Yes.
Is my character from Invincible?
I'll say technically.
It's a yes.
Sure.
Is my character from Invincible?
Yeah.
Does my character get his powers from something else? Like it's not something he was born with; it's something either attached to him or something like that.
Yeah.
Does my character have powers?
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is, it didn't cancel out any of the options I had. So, is my character from any of these three? Steven Universe, Ben 10, or Max Steel?
Yes.
Is my character female?
No.
Fuck, brother.
Who were you thinking of?
Hmm?
Who were you thinking of?
Well, either Eve or the Shrink Ray or whatever her fucking name is, or the one that turns into an ogre. There's a couple that you could have chosen. So I'll just make sure there wasn't them. Bro, my next question, if he'd see the yes or no, I'm fucked. Because if I ask, well, I'm going to ask.
Is my character a kid? Not a teenager specifically.
I would say technically yes.
Is
Okay,
my
it probably is a thing that sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't.
is my character Viltrumite?
No.
Is my character from Steven Universe?
Nope.
Is my character human?
Yeah.
Grandpa Max is an
You gave me Boss Baby, didn't you? You gave me Boss Baby.
Boss Baby.
Yeah, you gave me Boss Baby. You do know there's a Boss Baby in the fucking show, right?
My character's from. The thing is, I just want to. Max Steel is a fucking teenager. I classify child. I mean, is my character from the main gang from Ben 10?
Technically.
What?
How is that technically?
Oh.
Technically.
I've lost. I'm being that serious. I've lost. Because even if he's from them 10, I don't know any names besides Grandpa Max and fucking Ben. I don't even know the fucking cousin's name.
I know.
And he's not even fully part of it.
Is my character a superhero?
No.
Did you give me someone in the fucking Omnitrix?
How many questions have you gone through?
I rough account because I've
14.
done a little bit different. So
That's my last one.
I've asked my last one.
Well, if you've.
Oh, if he's got
why
14.
You write the amount of answers you have. But yeah.
No,
That's your
because-
14th.
No, that's my 15th.
Yeah, that was yours.
Fuck.
No, but it can't be one of the aliens.
Shit.
How is he technically part of the group? Yeah, you'll find, but genuinely, I genuinely don't think I'm gonna get this one. I feel like it's some bamboozles over here. Is my character male?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. So, I know that he's a villain, or he's not superhero, but he has powers. He's human, male. I'm indecisive between Powerplex, so I can't remember his name, the main villain. He didn't have powers, he just had attachments. So he can't beat. I'm gonna go Powerplex.
The final guess?
Yeah.
That is correct. It was Powerplay.
You could have asked the question.
Hmm?
Could have
No,
asked.
because you went first.
Yeah, so.
I'm going. Well, the thing is, it can't be one of the aliens.
Run me through questions?
Well, I know it's been 10.
Mm-hmm.
They need an extra attachment that gives them powers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's technically part of the group and he's male.
No what?
So it can't be Kevin. Kevin had powers. I don't think it's Ben. Even if it was Gwen or whatever the bitch, well, she's female. Grandpa Max doesn't have powers. I might just guess an alien. We'll go accelerate.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Diamond Head. Close.
No. Alien. It's not an extra attachment that gives the aliens the
you
powers.
asked the main character.
Yeah.
You asked if the main character needed an attachment.
Yeah, but even if I knew he was one of the aliens, how would I narrow it down without using hella questions? They're all so different.
It was one of the main ones.
That's also how GuessLink works. Like
Yeah.
how would Pedro narrow down from the Invincible cast to Powerplex?
Well, you can ask if it's a villain or whatever.
Yeah, and you can ask about different attributes of aliens.
No, but they have so many different attributes.
Yeah.
For example, I can ask, does it slow down time? Does it fast? But that's just gonna waste questions.
No, because there's two fast aliens. You could have asked, no, there's multiple questions. You could ask, is it considered a strong alien? And then you're narrowing down to like 4 arms, diamond head. Is it part of the classical Omnitrix? So you're narrowing it down further. Like,
I don't know
questions.
who's in the classical Omnitrix.
Isn't the ones that are more known? You could have asked that question.
No.
It's fair, bro. It was
No,
fair.
but the
Diamond
ones
Head-
that are more known, there's like still like 10 of them.
Not necessarily.
Yes,
But even then, like you could have asked whatever questions you want. That's how GuessLink works.
yeah, I know, but like it's so hard to narrow it down. Even if I had
but it
the
was Diamond
aliens,
Head.
even if I had the aliens, right? For me to narrow down from the
Bro,
aliens,
it was-
since they're so different, I would need hella questions. Yes,
I mean, it would be that's the same argument with any character.
no, it's
Like-
not because there's nothing to them besides because they're all heroes. They're all fucking.
No, but didn't you just say they're all kind of different? But some of them, like for example,
Yeah.
there's some that are faster, some that are stronger.
yeah,
There's some
I
that are
can't-
more
but
known. There
and
are
I guess like no one ever
there
has
are
questions.
some that are more like elemental powers. Like
Yeah, that's right. And
That's fine.
you could either say, would you consider them tanks? Would you consider them elemental? Which
Yeah.
gives you a
How many-
couple.
There's still even if I did that.
You were like,
and then you guess
the questions that I gave you were really good to pinpoint. Okay, so you knew it was in Ben 10. You knew it was the main trio. When it was if it was in the main trio, I said technically, and you didn't think that it was one of the aliens.
Yeah, so that was GuessLink, so I'm the loser. So next Monday I'll have to wear the punishment. So yeah, tune in for that. And yeah, we'll see you next Monday.